Hey, America, now the right is woke. Yeah, today I went and visited the Protect White Americans protest in memory of Austin Metcalf, and this is pretty much the entire group that showed up. You see these guys up here? These are the two guys that led the event. They're both January 6th insurrectionists. I'll talk about them here in a little bit. But, it is no surprise that Frisco, Texas is now acting like woke California. Because, since 2020, a lot of Fortune 100 companies have moved to Frisco, Texas. And it's really unrecognizable compared to 2019. I said in one of my other videos that people move to Frisco, Texas to get away from situations like Carmelo Anthony. And now it's right here in their backyard. Before I talk about today's protest, let me say I also ran into an independent journalist that I have reached out to and share my story with. And he said, I don't need DMs from you. I haven't heard from you. So he opens up his X account. My DMs are automatically dropped into his other like spam folder. And when we open it, all my stories and videos that I send him says post unavailable. He can't even see it. This was the first time I finally got to see with my own eyes what somebody that I'm sending my story to sees on the other end. Unfortunately, he wouldn't let me take a picture or send me a screenshot of it. I mean, he doesn't know me and he just met me that day, today. So, I could see why he was concerned or whatever. But it would have been nice to have that evidence. But the fact that I got to see it with my own two eyes today just confirms what I already knew. They've censored me into barely existing, and I keep fighting to tell my story. They want me to stop, but I keep pushing, even though the majority of people can't see it because I know I'm still documenting a breadcrumb trail on my X account that I export constantly, my Substack, this video. You can't take this stuff away because I have it saved in multiple places. But what is the woke right? Yeah, the woke right is virtue signaling grifters. That's what these two dudes did today. So, the guy Jake is running for Senate and he's from Florida. And I guess he just gets a hair up his ass a couple days ago that he wants to have a protest in Frisco to virtue signal. And so he literally throws together the protest, spells the city wrong on the first flyer, rushes it out. I think it's the same week. Like within 1 week, this protest goes down. And they drive from Florida here, and he comes here to just racially divide the city with his narrative because he's trying to build his character and his platform for people to vote for him for Senate. It's really disgusting. He actually got on the phone with Austin Metcalf's dad after the fact. And, Metcalf's dad was telling him he's not helping, he's making it worse. And this guy tells him it's, white guilt. I mean, it's wild what's going on, man. Like the right has a big problem, and it's the woke right. It's these people right here. I want to remind you guys, remember the woke left? Do you remember how Antifa and BLM burning down cities and all the pronoun nonsense and how all those crazy people on the left were just so woke it's like they don't even have common sense? These people are doing the same thing. It's the same exact playbook. It's just they're on the other political team. They're on the right. They came here to grift and promote and to try and make money and build his platform off of Austin Metcalf's death. It's wild. I got to hand it to the Frisco police. So I knew today, if you live around here, Frisco is a very nice city. I knew it was going to be safe. So all I needed to do was show up early, park my car, get in a good spot. The police presence was out of control in a good way. They had, I don't even know, a lot of police. They had all the cars blocked off, entrances blocked off. When there was instigators, the police were quick to engage. Now there was two sides of the protests. You had, the woke right here. And then you also had the woke left who was demanding the charges be dropped on Carmelo Anthony and that they charge Austin Metcalf's brother for whatever reason. They were supposed to be kind of a little farther away, but they were in the parking lot with this group because, I think too, this guy hyped it up. This guy, Jake Lang, hyped it up like there was going to be thousands of people. And there was seriously 10 to 15 people. There were more reporters and streamers and trolls there than there were attendees to support this guy. So shout outs to the Frisco police. Yeah, it was the left wing Antifa side. So I stayed in the middle. So you're looking at like, the woke right, and then there's barricades up and the left is on the other side of it. There's a lot of cops in between. I stood in the middle because I'm not on either one of these teams. Like both of these teams are retarded to me. They're both dumb. And and so I stayed in the middle, just holding my signs. But there was one time when this guy, the black guy Philip, who's up here with Jake, he's actually a local. He's from Mesquite, Texas, and he's also January 6th insurrectionist. And you know, I started yelling like, "Help me!" because he's talking about he cares about the community and he's there to help and blah blah blah, and he cares about censorship and this and that. And so I'm like, "Help me!" I start holding my signs up. They don't even acknowledge me because my story exposes that these clowns are just grifting, and that's why I go out there and do that because his bio says that he's all about big tech censorship. He's a free speech activist, and he was telling people how we beat the feds. We beat the feds. Like we all got pardons. It's like, bro, you are the feds now. Your team is the feds. That's how you got the pardon. Anyway, yeah, the a little bit. I'm kind of interested in too. One thing I went and looked up. I don't think I've seen one mention from President Trump about Austin Metcalf. So I just find it a little interesting that if you look on, Elon's X or maybe like Instagram, just and independent conservative news channels right now, this is one of the biggest stories in America in that little conservative news bubble, right? And I don't think Trump's mentioned Austin Metcalf one time, so I just find that a little interesting. But yeah, the I don't really want to talk about these two guys that hosted the event a lot, but man, they're just 100% grifters. And it's interesting when I go look at this Jake Lane guy. He's the guy from Florida running for Senate, and he was in jail for January 6th. He's got he recorded himself in jail praying. Like, how did you have a phone in this federal prison? Like, to me, it looks more like he's a paid for actor and he had to go sit in jail and like act like all this happened. And now he gets to come out and use his story to try and build his platform. And I don't really want to talk about this stuff either, but of course, he's a Jewish guy, and I don't know what to make of this whole situation, but America, this is your woke right. And they're going to ruin it for everybody. What people don't understand, like the average Joe, I get why people, support Trump and vote and do all that. I've lost all faith in the system. My story proves the system failed. I've reached out. I'm a whistleblower that's censored. Hello, America. At any time now, you guys can get the point that I'm actually like a big story. There's a reason why I'm censored. There's a reason why I keep doing this to tell my story. Like any day now, you can wake up and start supporting me and asking questions. But, at this point, I don't even know. I feel like I live in idiocracy. Whew. Yeah. Oh, let me show you this guy real quick. Hold on. I didn't know how many NPCs were going to be at this event. Just look at this dude. He came up to me and he got triggered because I had my sign in my car that said Elon Musk censored a whistleblower. And that just triggered this guy. He came over there and told me how Elon was a hero and Elon should censor me into non-existence. And he was just getting my face, trying to agitate me. He's really, some of it's trolling, but also like the dude he's so brainwashed by political tribalism that my Elon Musk censored me sign triggered him. And I told him how I turned down money and walked away from my career. And he was like, "Oh, you're bragging about how much money you have." It's like, hey, dumbass, I'm telling you how much money I don't have now because I'm doing this. Like, but that just shows how bad this, America is in. Sorry, guys, but your country is experiencing a collapse like the Roman civilization. And we, the people, need to start acting like we, the people. It's really kind of sad how many people do not support me. It's just sad. I've lost friends, family, everything, and I'm the one doing the right thing. I think there's actually stories in history. If you go back and look at people who speak truth and are ostracized from society, they tend to be on the right side of history. So maybe some people should start taking a hint. Check out my website. It's my Substack. I'm on all social medias, www.markpalaciano.com.